fish, guys. There we go. That's a decent one. Come on over this way, buddy. All right, I think I got the pattern on this though. We just gotta let it, whoa. We just gotta let it sink down a little bit deeper. And they'll come get it. It's a good size too. Good size bass. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Don't fight it. Boom. It's a good first bass of the day. Nice one. Got him on the tube. Got him. All right, there's bass one. Beautiful fish. Let's weigh him real quick. I think it's a good 2-pounder, for sure. Ought to be. Good 2-pounder. 211, 212, 213. That's what it's holding on. 2 pounds, 13 ounces. First bass of the day. 2 pounds, 13 ounces. That is a beauty of a fish. Let's get him back in the water. There you go, buddy. All right. Boy, the wind is drifting me, and I think with the jet skis, it's gonna probably be a bit tougher. We're gonna get a lot more waves. But this spot that I'm fishing is one that I found when I was fishing with London a few weeks ago. And I think I realized something about this that, wow, fish just jumped up right here too. I think I realized something about this that I probably wasn't taking advantage of, and that's vertical jigging. And vertical jigging, I'm not gonna do it right now because I just saw a fish jump over here, and I'm gonna just try to get them real quick. But with vertical jigging, you just let the lure drop all the way to the bottom, and you just kind of jig it up and down on the bottom. And what I found out with this Bitsy tube that I'm fishing is I got some pretty good bites when I let it do that, instead of kind of throwing out and swimming it like I normally do the single tail grub, which is really how I've been fishing this. But with this tube now, I'm just kind of letting it fall all the way to the bottom and just kind of jigging it up and down. But what I found is, like, you jig up and down and then all of a sudden it's heavy, and then you pull up and you got a fish. I now see one other person out fishing. It's a beautiful morning. Hopefully you can see the beauty of the lake behind me. But it's a great morning to be out fishing. I just wish I had eaten some breakfast first because I'm super hungry. That's a fish, guys. Fish, guys. Well, you got crappie. You got some crappie out here. And this is all on the Bitsy tube, so it's a good thing we stayed with the Bitsy tube. There's one more. Let's get him back in the water. Well, you're not gonna believe this, or maybe you would, but I just caught 2 more fish right off the same spot. They were both small. One was a crappie, one was a bass. Again, both small, but for some reason, I don't know what's up with my GoPro. It is just not cooperating. This has been like the 3rd or 4th trip where it's just turned off for no reason. And I usually think that is due to the heat, but it's not super hot right now. I mean, it's warm, but you know, it's not like, you know, 90 degrees yet. But anyway, the one thing I've learned from this spot is you got to be patient with it. You just got to let it drop all the way to the bottom, because literally I was talking to you guys, or I thought I was anyway, and just kind of letting it jig there, and then all of a sudden, boom, had 2 fish, while I was actually talking to you about the other fish that I caught. So anyway, I'm gonna spend a little more time here. Hopefully you can see it. Hopefully this camera won't mess up again, but we'll see what happens. So the pole has been good though. That would be 4 fish off that pole in probably 20 minutes or less. So far so good. So I'm gonna just start talking to you because that's how it happened last time. I think if I just keep talking to you and not pay attention to this and just let it sit there, because it's really hard for me to just let it sit there like it's supposed to. There we go, guys. Got him. It's a nice one, too. No, it's not. I'm hung. Oh, no, it's a fish. I thought I was hung, guys, but it's a fish. So whatever it is, it's a good size. I'm just going to keep some pressure on them. Just going to keep some pressure on them. Holy cow, guys, it had a fish in its mouth. Wait till you see this, guys. Oh, guys, wait till you see this. Thankfully, it's still recording. But guys and ladies, you are not gonna, well, you are gonna believe it because you're seeing it. Whoa, this is a giant, first of all. But let me show you what was in this fish's mouth. This crappie was in the bass's mouth. When I pulled the bass up and it jumped out of the water, this is what came out of its mouth. I'm pretty sure it's dead, it's not alive. But I'm gonna throw it back in the water. It was actually eating this. Whoa. This guy's, oh, actually it is still alive, I think. Maybe that crappie is still alive. Come on, buddy, come on, buddy. But guys, this guy's a tank of a fish. Got him with the Bitsy tube. But check that out. This guy ought to be pushing 3 pounds as well. But this is what happened, guys. I jumped, the fish was in there like that, right there, when I pulled it out. So let's get this crappie back in the water first. There we go. I know he's happy. Check that guy out. Ooh, he's got some, look at his tail. Let me get him back in the water real quick, just to make sure he stays alive and healthy. But I think this guy's close to 3 pounds, guys. Ugh, come on, buddy. Come on, work with me. Work with me. We're gonna get you back in the water soon. Man, but did I tell you, that vertical jigging right there on that spot, my goodness, it was good. 3-1, 3-0, 3-1, 3-0. Bounced back and forth, but landed on 3-0. 3 pounds exactly. So we got a 212 and a 3 pounder, and it is currently 7:18. Not bad. Not bad at all. Beautiful, beautiful bass. Again, check that tail out. All right, let's get him back in the water. That was amazing. I've never had that happen before. Can you imagine if you're that crappie though? Like, you got to be thanking God at that point. Like, you were lunch or breakfast rather, and now you're free because a fish got caught. It's crazy. So fun, some things you see when you're fishing sometimes. And again, here's what I'm fishing with right here. It's a Strike King Bitsy tube. I got this on clearance like, I want to say 2 years ago, maybe even longer than that. Walmart was having a clearance sale and I picked them up because I normally don't fish a tube. Like, I just don't, it's just not in my arsenal. But I'm getting more and more comfortable with it. And I know there's a lot of good fishermen out there that you're like, man, that's all I rely on is a tube. Anyway, we've drifted way off the spot, so we're gonna go back down and drift again and fish it. Here we go. So now we know for sure that this spot is loaded with both bass and crappie. And I'm just curious, would you count that crappie as a fish catch? I'm not sure if I mean, I definitely count it as a fish rescue. I think it's a fish rescue and a fish catch. So that would make, what, I think 3 crappie that I've caught and 3 bass, I think. See ya. Got one, guys. This one's a crappie. Calm down, buddy. Nope, nope, don't do it. Crappie. So we're definitely buying some more of the Bitsy tube. I'm probably gonna go to the store today and get some, because it is working for sure. And every time it's just, I gotta let it sit there a long period of time. So I gotta talk to you or do something else. So like just now there was a lady that went by and I was waving at her and really wasn't moving the rod, and sure enough, right after I finished waving, I mean, you saw it, pick up and there's a fish. Got a few more jet skiers and water skiers coming out, so we only got a little bit more time, guys. We're probably not going to get to a full 2 hours of fishing just because it's going to be so many waves and so much traffic. It's just going to be hard to maintain the boat. Ooh. Something popped up right here. And I try to stay out of people's way. But there's another bass chasing. I just saw a couple of fish jump straight out of the water. So that is also a sign. When you just see a bunch of small bait fish jump straight out of the water, that tells you that something's chasing them. These waves are something else. Fish. Fish, guys. I think it's a crappie though. Yep, another crappie. trying to get the boat situated from the waves. While I was doing that, another one hit. Got the fish, guys. Another big one. Oh, I'm sorry, it felt bigger than it was. A little bass. This is about the size of the bass that I missed that from on the camera last time that you didn't see. Little baby bass. So while I'm trying to be more patient, I'll talk to you guys again. Not that I don't like talking to you, but I gotta have something that distracts me from wanting to reel this thing up. If you look at the size of that crappie that was in that bass's mouth and how it fit in that bass's mouth, like if you're looking for 3 pound, 4 pound bass, that lets you know you can fish with a much bigger lure and still catch some of those fish. Like I definitely want to do that now if they're sucking down crappie that size. And the crazy thing is, it bit the Bitsy tube too. So I'm really curious as to how that happened. I wonder if maybe the crappie took it and then the bass went and ate the crappie, or did the bass, have the crappie and then also eat the Bitsy tube, or vice versa. It would be really interesting to know how that actually happened, but either way, the crappie was in the bass's mouth. And as I was pulling him up, he just came right out of his mouth. But again, just to show you what this is like, I just open the bail, let the line drop all the way to the bottom, reel it up till your line's tight, and then just pop up and down. You can feel the bottom. That's why you want sensitive line on a sensitive rod, because you can actually feel the bottom and just pop it up and down. And then all of a sudden you'll pop and that thing won't move. That's a fish. Most of the time. Sometimes you might be hung also, because I did get hung one time. But once you do that, you reel back down, do the same thing again. Pop it up and down. And be as patient as you can possibly be. I am not super patient. I need to be more patient. But anyway, I think they're on to me here. We're gonna go down to one more spot and then we're gonna call it a day. Well, gang, we're coming up on another spot. I fished here before. You've seen it before. I see some bubbling at the top. Similar pole as we just left. Seems like there's some fish around here. Seems like it's the even numbers, 22, 24, and 26. Those are the poles. So I feel like we're gonna pull some crappie off of this. That's a bite. Hopefully we get some bass too, but that's a crappie most likely. What'd I tell you? That's a crappie. Come on, buddy. Ouch. A lot of crappie in this area. So we'll try to put two more in the boat. Try to get a bass if we can, and then we'll call it a day. I mean, that one catch, that 3-pounder was the fish of the day right there. Fish, guys. I think that's a I know I was playing with my watch. Another crappie. Bitsy tube. And again, this is a lure that I got from Walmart on clearance. It was 75 cents. If you look at the pack, you can still see it on there. Fish. Oh, come on. We didn't yank hard enough. I knew it was a crappie when it bit. Like, now that I've caught so many of them, I can clearly tell the difference between, like, a bass is gonna engulf it. That crappie is gonna be like pinch it. Fish. Oh. Well, gang, we tried. We gave it our best shot. Unable to end on a fish catch. Had a pretty decent day of fishing out here in Lake of the Woods. Again, if you're not able to get them, find a good spot where you think there's some structure below. Start vertical jigging. Might be able to work for you. This Bitsy tube came to play today. That's what every single fish was landed on. Didn't touch my other 3 rods like the second half of this trip. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good day and a good night. If you're not already subscribed, please hit that red button below and the bell right beside it so you get notified every time we have a video uploaded. And if you like this video, throw a thumbs up, hit a comment below. We'll see you next time.